here's a red flag. Basically, Obama has asked the FCC to decide to regulate the Internet as if it were a 1930s telephone company.
And we don't regulate the telephone company like we used to. The telephone company is still regulated, but not nearly to the extent that it used to be. This takes us backwards in terms of economic thinking, not forwards. We're using 20th century economic models for a 21st century economy.
Well, help me understand. Let's talk big picture philosophy about the left and the right on this issue, because this is where I'm confused. So-called Internet activists and enthusiasts who are presumably largely on the left.
Almost all.
Right. So they're applauding this decision. By the same token, typically these same people, always defend the Internet as the Wild West and anything goes and there shouldn't be anybody's hands in it.
Well, this has created a split. On the one hand, you have the Electronic Freedom Foundation, which is Internet activists, and they're skeptical of this decision. Right. You have Nicholas Negroponte, the head of the MIT Media Lab, who thinks it's a bad idea. Then you have all of the Internet activists on the left. Yes, they want a wild, open Internet, but they don't think the Internet conveys information the way they want it to. They don't think it conveys the left-wing views that they have properly. They call things fake news. The Internet is providing too many platforms for people who have bad ideas, and therefore we need government subsidies. The people behind this net neutrality are the same people, like Robert McChesney, who I wrote about, who want the government to subsidize media to the tune of $30 billion a year. They want the NPR model and the PBS model extended to the Internet.
Right. But the good news is this is poised for a major pushback, not only from the giant telecommunications industry, but Republicans in Congress who are going to push legislation to stop this,
well,
right?
I think a big pushback is going to come from the courts. The FCC has been slapped down by the courts time and time again, saying you don't have the right to regulate the Internet. The Internet wasn't around when your charter was created. And I think that there's a good chance this will be thrown out in the courts. It's a testimony to how much the Obama administration feels threatened by the Internet that two things happened. One, they pushed these laws despite the court decisions, and two, they overrode the opinion of the FCC chairman, basically dragged him in for a browbeating and said, you are going to have the maximum possible regulation here. Your half-regulation approach is unacceptable. They basically ordered the head of an independent federal regulatory body to do the president's bidding. That's not supposed to be done.